landscaping do's and don'ts around your above ground pool. Hi guys, I want to talk to you about the landscaping do's and don'ts around your above ground pool. Now, people constantly come to me asking my professional opinion on what they should do landscaping their pool. And the truth is, you do whatever you want to do. There really is no right or wrongs when it comes to landscaping. But I want to throw some things out at you to keep in mind why you do this, okay? First of all, do whatever you want. There's no right, there's no wrong. Do what you want, set it up the way you want it to look, okay? Number one, people that do no landscaping around their pool, they don't landscape around the pool, and the grass is growing right up against the pool. That's fine, but what I see is if you're out there weed eating right next to the pool, your pool has an epoxy paint on it, it has a rust protection. If that weed eater's smacking up against this pool or smacking up against the posts of the pool or the wall, over time it's going to eat away this rust protection, and it's going to allow the pool to rust easier. So I normally like to do some level of landscaping that you're not having to weed eat right against the pool, because like I said, over time you're going to eat away the rust protection. Okay, so that's number one. Now, when it comes to what types of landscaping, that's really up to you. You can always put down any kind of pea gravel, any kind of rock. That stuff works great. You know, do what you want with that. Now, when it comes to mulches, mulches are fine as well. I have put mulch around my pool, but I want you to keep something in mind. A lot of times mulch can attract insects and attract termites. Now, you should be treating for ants and termites around your pool anyhow. If you're not, we have a video on here about treating for ants and termites, and we'll show you how to do it, so check that out when this video is over. But no matter what you're doing landscaping wise, you should be treating for ants and termites. So if you put a mulch down, it's not really going to matter anyhow, okay? But just keep that in mind. From time to time, I have seen mulches attract more insects than other types of landscaping, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, if you don't have a lot of insects in your yard, you don't really have this issue anyhow, then go with the mulch, it's no big deal. Just keep that in mind. The final thing that people like to do around their pool is plant bushes or trees, okay? Let me say this. I've been in this business now over 25 years. I have never seen a root puncture a liner. I've never seen it happen. I've heard people talk about it. I've heard people scared about it. I've never seen it happen. Now, what can happen is every tree, every root has a different, or every tree, every bush has a different root system. Some of them grow straight down, some of them barely go in the ground, but they go wide, you know, they go far out. It depends on what kind of tree or bush you're planting by the pool, okay? I have not seen a root puncture a liner, but what I have seen is the roots grow underneath the pool, they stay towards the surface, and what happens is you end up getting bumps underneath your liner where this root has surfaced under the sand underneath your liner. And it's not going to necessarily puncture your liner, but you might end up feeling that root underneath there. I mean, we've gone out to several people's house to replace their liner. We pull that liner out and we spend another 30 minutes pulling roots out. Okay, so we can smooth this sand up and make it look nice again. So keep in mind that if you're going to plant a tree or a bush near the pool, you want to find out what kind of root system it has, how far this root's going to come out from the bush or the tree, and then plant it accordingly. Okay, you know, if it's going to come out from 2 feet, plant it 3 or 4 feet away from the pool. Okay, you don't have to be worried about these roots, but they can leave little bumps under your liner over time as this tree or this root, this bush grows, and you don't necessarily want that. So just be heads up on that when you go to plant bushes or trees. Now, I'm not against doing it, you just want to do it the right way. Okay, so check into that. So again, those are basically your landscaping do's and don'ts. People constantly want me to give a little more information and tell them what they should do. You do whatever you want to do, okay? There really is no right or wrongs. You make it the right way. But keep those tips in mind depending on what you're wanting to do landscape-wise, so you don't have any issues and you don't run into any problems.